Hi friends, Miss Arwood here. Oh, I'm so glad you came today. Friends, we're going to dig way back into our minds of when we were little bitty learning how to read. When you open a book, especially as a new reader, you see lots of cool things. And we know there's lots of things you have to learn in order to become an independent reader, right? You have to figure out what these things are, the letters. And then we got to figure out their sounds and how we can put those together to make words. And then finally, taking the words that we figured out and putting them together as well to make sentences. We use all of those building blocks to become really strong beginning readers, right? Well, today we're going to talk about another building block, and those are called syllables. You go ahead and say that. Now, syllables are just chunks of a word, and we're going to talk about how we can use those chunks to help us decode new words. Because that's actually our learning goal. Our learning goal says, I can decode words using syllables. So like I said, syllables are just chunks of the word. They're the natural breaks of like the different pieces in a word. And we can karate chop or break up a word into different pieces in order to figure out how to read the word or decode it. Now, say for example, I'm looking for the syllables in a word. This is how I would do it. I'm going to look at a word like this one. Yeah, that's a pretty cool word, right? And if I wasn't sure how to read it, I want to look for the different syllables or like the chunks of the word that are hidden inside there. So I need to know first that each syllable has at least one vowel sound. Knowing the syllables can help us to read and write the words. And there are 6 types of syllables. I know, your brain is probably spinning. You're like, Miss Howard, 6 types. I know. But don't worry. As soon as you learn them, they're going to be so incredibly helpful. All right, so let's go back to this word right here. Oh, I almost told you what it was. Now, knowing what I know about syllables, I could break up the word, rah, right there, and I'm going to cut it and just show where that little break is. So now I can read the word in chunks. What's this word, friend? Yeah, pet. Good, carpet. Now, as I'm saying the word carpet, do you kind of hear how there's like a little teeny break in between that word? Carpet. Yeah, I mean, we don't take a breath. We don't normally say carpet. But if I say it, carpet, I can hear that it's kind of in 2 chunks. Those are the 2 different syllables, okay? All right, we read each chunk to decode the word, just like we just did. All right, so like if I saw all these words and I was trying to figure out what they were and maybe they're unfamiliar to me, I'm going to use my knowledge of syllables to chop them up into different chunks and then know how to break them up will help me to figure out and break apart the word. Okay, today we're going to look at 2 different kinds of syllables, and the first one is going to be a vowel plus the silent E. Now, we know all about the silent E, so this is going to be a really good one for us. Now, the vowel and silent E syllable break means that the vowel is followed by one consonant and then the letter E. And the first vowel is long, and the E is silent, because, he's the silent E. So, for example, if I have this word race car, I know the break's going to come after the silent E. So it says the vowel is followed by a consonant and the letter E. So the break is going to go right here. Okay? Now, doing that's going to help us to read the word and decode it by doing each part and then putting them together. So let's practice. Here we go. I want you to look really carefully and see if you can find out where the break would be. I know we have a vowel followed by a consonant and the letter E. So my break is going to go right next to that. Okay? Sidekick. What's that word? Yeah, sidekick. Excellent job. What about, let's see this one. Ooh. Okay, so this one's tricky because the silent E and the vowel's at the end. So I have the vowel and the consonant and then the silent E. So I know this is going to be part of one of the syllables. So I'm going to make that into its own chunk. Okay, so I'm going to put my break before that. Okay, so this is its own chunk. Bathrobe. What's that word? Excellent, bathrobe. Oh, that looks cozy. All right, let's keep going. What I'd like you to do, look very carefully. I want you to see where you would draw your line and go ahead and with your finger, you can go swoosh right on the computer screen. Okay, we're going to do your break. Yes, right there. Pavement. What's that word? Pavement. Good, we walk on the pavement. What's this word? This one's tricky because the vowel and the silent E are on the end, so that's going to make that its own syllable, right? Yep, where would you swipe it? Yeah, I'd put it right there. Sunrise. Sunrise. Good. What about this one? Same thing. Yep. Where are you going to put it? Right there. Good. Campfire. Campfire. That makes me want some s'mores. Ooh, what about this one? Good. Put it right there. Mistake. Mistake. Uh-oh. You're not making any mistakes. You're rocking these syllables. Let's do another one. Another super fun one that has to do with vowels is a vowel team syllable break. That means there's two or more vowels together and it makes one sound. So we have the vowel team AI saying A, rain. I'm going to put my break right there because then I'm going into a new syllable. Remember, each syllable has at least one vowel sound. Rainbow. So let's see. How would you break up this one? Look for the vowel team. All right, remember there are some like very interesting vowel teams. This one is actually it has it's OW working together. I'm going to give you that one because it's kind of tricky. Let's see. So we have snowman. What's that word? Yes, snowman. What about this one? Do you see the vowel team where you'd break it up? Yeah, I'm going to break it up right there too. Seafood. Seafood. That looks delicious. All right, let's keep going. Where would you break up the vowel team here? Yeah, this vowel team is OO, so I'm going to put that as a word. Foot. I'm going to go ahead and draw my, whoops. OO, so I'm going to go ahead and, okay, so this one has OO. I'm going to draw my break right after that. So go ahead, don't forget to swipe with your finger. I'm going to put the break right there. What's that word? Football. Good, football. What about this one? Where would you put your break? Okay, this one, the vowel team's back here, so I can go ahead and put the break right there. I see it's closed on the front end. So what would that word be? Canteen. Excellent. This one, I think I'm going to put the break right there. So what would the word be? Teapot. Wonderful. And then finally, ooh, this one's tricky. I'm going to put the break right there. Beaver. Yes, beaver. Good job. Friend, the cool thing about syllables is that they are very helpful when we're trying to decode new words. Now remember, each syllable has at least one vowel sound. Knowing the syllables can help us to read and write the words, and there are 6 different types. So as you're practicing all the different types, you're going to be really getting comfortable with how to break up a word and how it will help you to be more successful, okay? And how it will help you to be more successful, okay? All right, our learning goal for today says, I can decode words using syllables. That's exactly what we did. Friend, I want you to practice using all the skills that we've been going through as you're trying to decode new words, okay? Happy reading.